Bankplaas Road is one of the top birding spots in the greater Middelberg area. With not only grassland, but cliffs, dense woodland, and even open savanna, it offers a diverse range of habitats in a small area. It hosts a range of specials such as Shelley's Franklin, Ovambo Sparrowhawk, African Cuckoo Hawk, and others. We spent some time recently with a local birder who shared much of his insights and a few of his secret juicy spots for good birding in the greater Middelberg area. Started this morning on the Bankplaas Road with Pieter Vrey. We've seen a few nice things, nothing unusual yet. Cape grassbird, Nedeke, fairly standard grass veld and bush veld fare. So we'll see what we get, and hopefully should be a good morning. It's lovely habitat here. Crisp this morning, but not unpleasantly cold.
Tinkerbird.
Yeah. Also brown-headed kingfisher, calling off to the right. Black Cuckoo
Shark. Let's check on the roof there. It might be a red wing starting.
Yeah, the one looks like a red wing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a pair of them there. Two pairs. There's a tree up here. Towards the back. That's white-throated robin chat.
Yeah. A very good spot for lesser honeygard.
Oh, nice.
Arrow babblers again.
Yep. Just got an African cuckoo hawk on the ridge on the Bankplaas Road. So that was an absolutely awesome sighting. It is my second only ever African cuckoo hawk. So really phenomenal sighting, and without a doubt has to be the record of the day and probably of the entire weekend.
This stretch from here onwards where the gum trees are, we've got to just keep an eye out. I think it's still quite a bit too early, but we get swallowtail bee-eaters here in winter.
Oh, nice. Sort of scattered, almost slightly broadleaf type stuff. If it wasn't in this area, I'd be looking for tinkling cisticola. It looks interesting. Obviously you won't get them here, but it's kind of like when you go up Sierrenveld, this is the sort of area, habitat-wise, you're looking for.
This is not very far off Etienne's favourite spot for tinkling.
Oh,
but
okay.
I think the soil is not quite sandy enough for them.
Yeah. So this morning just keeps getting crazier. We've just had the cuckoo hawk back up in the air and being significantly harassed and chased off by an Ovambo sparrowhawk. So to have those two interacting in the air, it's probably now the next highlight of the weekend. Haven't seen that before, so that was amazing.
Yeah, this is by far the best spot for the swallowtails. So we usually hang around here for 10 minutes or so just to look around. Actually there's a bee-eater, but that looks like little.
Other than this Bankplaas Road, if you're in the sort of Middelberg and Loskop area, where else is a good birding spot?
Well, like I mentioned, if you go down the pass, that first road that turns off to the right, which is off onto your road, goes into the Salonsrivier Valley.
Oh, okay.
And it goes to a T-junction. If you turn right, it basically goes back up the escarpment and you end up back in Middelberg. And it's a fairly decent birding road, but as you go higher, it becomes typical high fault type birding. But if you turn left, you go through the poort where the Salonsrivier Valley or the Salonsrivier runs, and eventually joins the Kruisrivier Valley, which runs east-west.
Yeah,
and that's the best birding within the entire Middelberg 50-kilometer area, in my opinion.
Oh, awesome! And what sort of specials will you get there?
At the very eastern end of that particular road, I recorded several new birds for the Middelburg area. Cape Angeline tit, southern white-faced owl, ashy tit, black-faced waxbill is fairly regular there.
Okay.
Kalahari scrap robin possible. Lots of crimson-breasted shrikes. We've been looking out for what is it now? It's escaping. But it's got some very sparse and in some places quite dense acacia woodland.
Yes.
So it's really great. It's a type of habitat that we don't have a lot of within the Middelburg area.
Yeah.
And Loskop Reserve, although the bedding is great, is actually mostly mixed or broadleaf.
Yeah.
So having that acacia type woodland is really good for the area.
Oh, awesome.
Loskop itself, of course, is pretty good. We spend a lot of time on the low-level bridge across the Olifants. And there's if you follow the canal that comes off the dam, there's a road that runs parallel to that canal.
Okay.
Strictly speaking, you're not really supposed to be there.
Yeah.
But because we are the manager of Loskop Nature Reserve is one of our club members, it's fairly easy to get access.
Okay.
And on the day before Birding Big Day last year, we discovered the first red-capped robin chat for the Middelburg area.
Oh, brilliant.
On that road, and recorded again the next day on.
Okay. What have we got? Did you see what that was?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, for an area that is associated with being flat and grassland, because that's what everyone thinks Middelburg is, I'm actually quite amazed at the diversity of habitat.
I've been keeping track of my own personal sightings within the 50-kilometer radius.
Yeah.
And I'm currently on just over 370.
That's impressive. Sure.
Over. It's only really the last 5 years that I've really started exploring, but it's total of about 2 years. So, and if you go towards Middelburg and further south, you start getting Orange River Franklin.
Yeah.
Blue Coron becomes possible. Eastern and Longbolt, Eastern Longbolt Lark, Eastern Clapper Lark. We had on the 1st of January this year, also discovered the first dusky lark for the Middelburg circle in town actually.
Sure. Yeah, no, that's nice, because normally, I mean, you do get them closer, but I would normally associate those with northern Kruger up in the Mopani.
Yeah. Oh, a little bit disappointed we missed the chilies this morning. That my hit rate on them is about 60%.
Yes. I gather 60% just on calling though.
Yeah, just
Yeah, I mean, how often have you seen them?
twice.
Sure. Yes. I mean, I've heard them a number of times in various places, but I'm yet to actually see one. A couple of times in Kruger, that place north of Polokwane.
My best view of chilies was in Kruger as well.
Oh, okay. Whereabouts?
Just north of Lower Sharby, on that one back road that runs north.
Okay.
It was very early in the morning, and it actually came to stand on top of a rock that was above the grassland.
Sure.
And it was calling from that.
Wow.
But I had one 2 meters from me on the other side of the fence. This fence here.
Yeah.
Couldn't see it.
Wow.
Actually, another very interesting road that I haven't mentioned yet is if you carry on the N11 past Loskop, and you take the first left beyond the dam. Then you end up on the old Verena road.
Yes.
And as it ascends, you actually drive through a very rural community area. And as the road ascends up the mountains that side, it's also pretty good. It's one of the few places within the circle where we can find scaly feathered finch.
Okay.
And then higher up, Barrow's Coron, secretary bird we've had up there. We often hear the released ground hornbills calling down in the valley. And also some, at the bottom end, some pretty good Kalahari species.
Awesome. So that brings an end to an awesome morning on the Bankplaas road. Seen a few things, the African cuckoo hawk and the African cuckoo hawk being mobbed by the Ovambo sparrowhawk would definitely have been the highlight. But Pieter, thanks for your time and sharing your knowledge with us. Oh,
it's a pleasure. It was nice showing somebody a new place to see. It's a pity that we missed out on the Shelley's Franklin today, but I think we'll come along next time and try again.
Yes, and definitely I'll be back to try some of those other areas you gave me advice on birding as well. So looking forward to it.
Good.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure.